Hey everyone, today I want to talk to you about Flat Out Love and Flat Out Celeste by Jessica Park. Flat Out Love is a really engaging book about a girl named Julie. Julie is going away to college in Boston, and I suppose to alleviate any favoritism, she's going to a fictional school, because you know Boston's got a lot. When she gets there, the apartment that she had put a deposit down on via Craigslist turned out to be a burrito restaurant. In other words, it was a scam. Well, Julie's mom, Kate, was roommates with Aaron Watkins in college, and Aaron graciously agrees to allow Julie to come live with her and her family. Aaron's married to a man named Roger who is at work a lot and is a scientist, and Aaron is also a professor. This whole family is involved in the Boston college scene. Matt is the oldest son who's around, and he is at MIT. He's really nerdy, he's really funny, and he's cute, but he doesn't know it. Then there's Celeste, who is the little sister, and she's a little unusual. Julie isn't really sure what to do with her when she meets her. She carries around a cardboard cutout of the oldest brother, Finn. Finn is away traveling the world, and Julie supposes that Celeste is trying to cope with Finn's absence by carrying around this cardboard cutout. Of course, she doesn't bring him to school, but she also doesn't seem to do that great in school socially. She's a really great student, but she doesn't seem to do very well talking to kids her age. Julie ends up becoming kind of a nanny. I mean, Celeste is 13, so she doesn't really need a nanny, but she does need someone around, and Julie kind of fulfills that role for her. There's new friends for her at school, Dana and Jamie, and a new boyfriend, Seth. But things don't seem to go very well with Seth, and Julie's not really sure why, because he's a great guy, and it's not anything wrong with him, she just isn't feeling it. Meanwhile, she's been emailing Finn, the brother who is away. Finn is mysterious, and it seems to be at a new place every week. And Julie isn't sure why. If he can go all the world, he can't come home to see Celeste, who misses him very much. So why does Celeste carry Flat Finn? Why does Matt seem so frustrated all the time every time Julie brings up Finn? Why is all not as it seems? Read Flat Out Love by Jessica Park and you'll find out. The sequel to Flat Out Love is Flat Out Celeste. Flat Out Celeste features Celeste as a 17-year-old, a senior in high school, ready to go away to college and having some trouble making that decision. Celeste, at the beginning of the book, doesn't have a lot of friends. She had successfully made a couple in the first book by the end of it, but they had moved away or disappeared, and she didn't have any friends again. And so when Dallas shows up, a fun, bright, pink-haired girl who doesn't really, fit the private school mode where Celeste goes to school, Celeste isn't really sure that Dallas actually likes her. She thinks maybe she's just taking the piss. But it turns out that Dallas is going to become one of her best friends. And then there's Justin. Justin sends Celeste an email as a school, he's like a liaison for another fictional college, this time in California. And Justin's a very interesting liaison. He sends her emails and then fails to put in the correct time and date and location, and then since the corrected time and date and location, only that date wasn't actually correct after all, and he seems very scatterbrained, but Celeste finds him very charming, which he is, and she makes a decision not to go to the scouting event because she knows that she's going to end up in an Ivy League school. She knows that she's going to go to school close to home because, well, that's what's expected of her, to go to this, very prestigious school that she could academically succeed at, but maybe is not the best place for her. And then one day, as she is hanging out with Matt, she runs into a boy who bows, like a very formal bow, and is entertaining other customers at the door of this restaurant. And she thinks that he works there, but it turns out to be Justin, who is back home in Boston where he grew up to scout for this school that he goes to in California. Celeste and Justin begin to become friends, and there are adventures, old fashions, trips to California. It's a very exciting book, and it is probably better than Flat Out Love. Honorable mention also to Flat Out Matt, which is kind of a companion to Flat Out Love, where we kind of see Flat Out Love play out from Matt's side of the story. Anyway, Jessica Park is a really wonderful author, and I'm sure I'll be talking about some of her other books in upcoming videos. But be sure to give Flat Out Love and the companion Flat Out Matt and the sequel Flat Out Celeste a read. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.